Hello, everyone. My goal today is to expose a little mistake that many retirees are not aware of that is costing them millions and millions of dollars in their retirement years. Now, this is for you if you're nearing retirement and you want to protect your hard earned life savings from recessions, government theft, taxation, and you haven't found the best way to do that. Or you're a retiree worried about returning to work in your golden years due to rising costs, economic volatility due to life longevity, or, like many people, you've completely lost all faith, trust, and confidence in the current financial system due to out of control government spending, recent bank failures, and the corruption that's being perpetrated by the ruling elite, and you don't know what to do about it. You feel like you've been robbed in retirement, and all you want is peace, prosperity, and enjoyment, but have yet to find a way to accomplish that. I will not only expose the little mistake you've been making, but show you an underrated way to protect and grow your retirement savings without you even having to try. Let's face it, unless you've been living under a rock, you cannot deny several significant financial challenges that will arise as you approach retirement or you're already experiencing as a retiree. Some of them include, but are not limited to, rising living costs, rising debt, insufficient retirement savings, healthcare costs, and Social Security instability. Below is a table detailing the median balances of people's retirement savings accounts. Some of you may find yourself in one of these categories. The balance amount ranges between $185,000 to $200,000 for those in the 55 plus category. But the real question you must ask yourself is what you have actually worth the balance it says it is? In just the last 5 years, from 2019 to today, we have seen an average inflation rate of 4.17%. 8% of that was just in 2022 alone, all of which has produced a cumulative price increase of everything of 22.64%. This is why, despite careful retirement planning, saving, and conservative investing, many of you still feel like you are not on track to retire comfortably. While the dollar amount of retirement accounts have increased, the actual value of your retirement accounts have diminished significantly in just 5 short years. This is because inflation is raging and it is increasing rapidly. Everything is going up. Prices at the grocery store, gas at the fuel pump, healthcare, you name it, it's gone up. But the value of your retirement accounts have not. In fact, for many of you who are living off your retirement or are planning to do so, you know that there just simply isn't enough to outpace the rate of inflation you are being subjected to. Today, in 2024, you would have to spend the equivalent of $122,643.77 just to acquire the equivalent of what $100,000 would have bought you in 2019. That's a difference of over $22,000 in just 5 years. Meaning, if you had $100,000 in a savings account in 2019 and absolutely nothing changed, it is only worth about $81,536.96 today. And if you are in the 3% of retirees that have $1 million or more in retirement accounts, you've lost even more money, with it being worth around $815,369.58 today. That is a loss of $184,630.42. You are being fleeced, and millions of people are ignorant of this very fact. Without question, inflation is the most insidious form of taxation that has been imposed on you by the United States government. They no longer have to raise your taxes to get your money. All they have to do is print more and more dollars, and as a result, they line their pockets with your money and leave you with less and less to live on. It's basically like a game of Monopoly, where the banker gets to play and decides to issue as much money as he wants whenever he feels like to himself. And if the game is played this way, it won't be long before all the other players, like you and I, are effectively bankrupt. Yet that's exactly how the Federal Reserve System works. Those dollars you carry in your pocket or leave in a bank account are nothing but worthless pieces of paper backed by nothing but trust. The Federal Reserve has been able to artificially expand the money supply to the point that the purchasing power of your dollar has declined so much that it's no surprise you've been left in the position you're in. Currency devaluation was amplified by the financial crisis of 2008 and by the recent pandemic. $3.4 trillion worth of currency, representing 20% of all US dollars in the money supply, was created artificially in just 2020 alone. And all of this is by design. Designed to rob you of your financial well being and retirement while lining the pockets of the banks and those in the ruling elite. When financial troubles come, the US government turns to the Federal Reserve, who can artificially create currency out of nowhere, inflating the money supply and creating more financial instability for you. It is legal theft, and you need to realize this if you're going to combat it. $200,000 left in a retirement savings account means you are losing anywhere from $8,000 to $16,000 a year in purchasing power. And if you've lived through the two most recent financial crises, you know just how unpredictable and volatile the stock market has become. Not to mention all the fees fund managers love to collect when they invest your hard-earned money. Sure, you may not be keeping the value of your retirement accounts in cash, but what are stocks and mutual funds at the end of the day? No different. Nothing but paper assets that represent the thing and not the thing of value itself. The truth is, the market actually creates more losers than winners. And don't just take my word for it. According to Jack Shannon of Equity Strategies, between 2013 and 2023, 90% of funds picked more losing stocks than winners. In just the last 10 years, only 10% of mutual funds saw more than half of their stock picks beat the index. Now is not the time for risk. Now is the time for security. Your retirement years should be the time of conservation and recreation, not stress and uncertainty. It's not time to get overly aggressive. It's time to secure what you have and not leave it up to chance. Your existing IRA or 401k cannot guarantee a safe retirement. It's become a large gamble at this point when you invest your savings into accounts managed by banks, brokerages, mutual funds, and insurance companies, and that is the little mistake you are making. The mistake of leaving your retirement savings vulnerable to inflation and stock market volatility. It's the mistake that's costing you over $14,800 a year if you're someone who has anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000 in retirement savings. And if you're somebody who has more than that, upwards of $500,000, $800,000, $1 million or more, you're losing well over six figures in your retirement savings as far as value. Now, it's not your fault that this has happened, but it is your fault if you do nothing about it. When you invest your money into paper assets that are managed by other people, you are surely going to get shafted. If you don't diversify with some type of physical asset, your retirement account is subject to manipulation. And while all of this has been happening, gold has been breaking all-time records in 2024, reaching well over $2,400 an ounce multiple times in the last several weeks, and it may just be the beginning. Why? Because it is real, and it is a physical asset of intrinsic value. Printed government dollars, stocks, mutual funds, and ETFs are nothing but an illusion of safety that is becoming more and more worthless every day and increasingly volatile. You need to have your retirement diversified properly to not only shield yourself against inflation, but maintain the actual value of your retirement accounts. This is not about investing. This is about insurance. You purchase insurance for your car, home, and even your life, so why not your hard-earned money in retirement? Around 1984, the price of gold fluctuated around $300 an ounce. Today, the price of gold has soared to well over $2,300 an ounce. Yet 40 years ago, a mere $100 was the equivalent in purchasing power to about $300 today, because the dollar had an average inflation rate of 2.79% per year between 1984 and now. Today's prices are over 3 times as high as average prices since 1984, meaning your dollar today only buys about 33% of what it could buy back then. Some people took out an insurance policy in the form of gold. They were wise. $100 in 1984 would have yielded you about a third of an ounce of gold, meaning if you had spent that year acquiring just an ounce of gold for roughly $300, today that same ounce of gold would be worth over $2,300. Imagine if you had an insurance policy that not only safeguarded the purchasing power of your dollar, but yielded you greater returns in the amount of over 700%. Yet that same $300, if you hadn't purchased gold, would have only afforded you the equivalent of what $100 allows you to purchase today. The point is, exchanging your dollars for ounces of gold would have not only made you real money, but would have boosted you far greater returns than anything the stock or real estate market could have. And because, as the purchasing power of the US dollar continues to plummet, gold's popularity as an asset has risen dramatically in recent years, with central banks all over the world in many foreign countries like China, India, Turkey, and Russia rapidly adding record breaking amounts of gold into their own reserves. Look at what other countries are doing. The dollar is losing its value so quickly that there is a rapid movement away from the dollar and into gold. There is a concentrated effort to debase the dollar to the point where one day it will no longer serve as the global reserve currency. Debasing just means to reduce the value of, and that is what is happening today. The effects of de-dollarization around the world could have catastrophic consequences on you as an American, for many countries have been protecting themselves with gold by minimizing their reliance on the dollar. Because our US dollar is a fiat currency backed by nothing but faith, the number of dollars printed and put into circulation has only devalued it further. Fiat currency is just a friendly way of saying fake money. That is why it only holds a small fraction of its past purchasing power. Throughout history, many empires and civilizations have moved their currency away from precious metals by introducing some form of fiat currency. And the reality is, the outcome has always been the same. The currency gets printed to the point where hyperinflation takes place and the money becomes worthless. It happened in ancient Rome, imperialist China, Weimar Germany, and it won't be long before the United States repeats history as the value of the dollar continues to collapse. But what if you could combat this? What if there was a way you could safeguard your hard-earned retirement from government theft, market manipulation, and devaluation? What if instead of losing 8% of your money to inflation, you not only maintained the value of your retirement accounts, but also stood the chance of growing it in the process? And what if you could actually enjoy the retirement you worked so hard for and not have to worry about going back to work? That's what I'm going to go over. You take control of your retirement accounts out of the hands of those who could rob you and put it into your own hands using an approach called self-direction. Up until this point, if you've been a contributor to some type of employer-sponsored 401k, simple IRA plan, or you've been buying stocks, mutual funds, or ETFs, you have been put into a position where you are vulnerable to theft by inflation and market manipulation by banks. Firstly, because all those accounts do not give you the ability to invest in alternative assets, and secondly, all of the assets you have been investing in carry with them some form of counterparty risk. Counterparty risk is the probability that one or more parties in a financial transaction will not fulfill their obligations and default on the deal. It happens all the time. When it comes to precious metals, there is absolutely no counterparty risk at all. Gold and silver is simply what it is. And when you have it, it's real and it's yours. It cannot be counterfeited, manipulated, and it is not subject to economic and market volatility like other assets. In fact, the more the dollar goes down in value, the more the price of gold goes up, which is why we are seeing it at record sky-high values. And this does sadden me to a degree because it just means we're getting closer and closer to the point of total financial collapse in our country. And so in order to protect yourself, you must first embrace an approach called self-direction. And once you do, you can take advantage of purchasing alternative assets like precious metals to effectively reverse the devaluation and the damage that inflation, stock market manipulation, and geopolitical conflict has had on your retirement savings. The first thing you do is open a self-directed IRA. This is what the ultra-wealthy have done to have complete and total control over their retirement accounts, and how you can do the same. Did you know that Peter Thiel, one of PayPal's founders, had $5 billion in a self-directed Roth IRA? This allowed him to hold on to alternative assets and maintain full control of his financial well-being rather than entrusting it to someone else. One of the biggest things a self-directed IRA allows you to do is hold onto alternative assets which you may not be able to invest in through a regular retirement account. Just by doing this, you are moving control away from the hands of money managers, financial advisors, and banks and into your hands. That's why this is so important. 401k plans do not offer you the range of choices of investments that a self directed IRA will, and you're unfortunately pushed into buying products at someone else's benefit who may not have your best interest at heart. You now get to decide when and how you want to invest your money, and no financial advisor or fund manager can then con you into buying their products. You make your own informed decisions and have full liberty to invest in whatever you choose. It doesn't even have to be precious metals. Instead of buying stocks, instead of being limited to that, and ETFs and mutual funds, you can invest in real estate or cryptocurrencies, commodities, art, and just about anything you can think of. The second thing you do is fund your self-directed IRA. You can do this a few different ways. Either roll over existing funds from your current IRA into the self-directed IRA, or you could also fund it with cash. It's completely up to you whether you decide to do a complete or partial rollover. However you decide to fund your self-directed IRA, we can help you through this entire process step by step. And finally, you purchase IRA eligible products from Republic Gold and Trust. Here you actually get to see the entire catalog of precious metals that are IRA eligible that you can purchase for the best price not found anywhere else. These are the exact steps that many retirees are using to safeguard their retirement so that they can enjoy their golden years without stress, worry, or anxiety. Here are the steps in a little more detail. Before we get into it, my name is Zach King. I'm the co-founder of Republic Gold and Trust, the most trusted precious metals company in America, and we are the only dealer that offers both a price lock offer coupled with transparent pricing. Myself and my team have over 50 plus years of combined experience transacting precious metals, and we help people like you safeguard your retirement savings from inflation and market manipulation. Step 1. Open a self-directed IRA. Without a self-directed IRA, you won't be able to protect your retirement savings with alternative asset classes like real estate and precious metals. For this reason, it's important you own one so that you can have full liberty to invest in whatever you choose. Banks, investment funds, and other custodians who supply you with your existing IRA or 401k plans do this by design. There is a reason you are being subjected to only a few different products recommended to you by your financial advisor. They may act as your fiduciary, but the reality is they are there to make money. And they make lots of money whenever you buy their financial products. There are so many technical details and outlandishly high hidden fees associated with these products that it can get really confusing and complicated real quick. Now, they do this on purpose so that you remain ignorant to how much money you are losing when you buy into their plans. Hence, a self-directed IRA relinquishes that control from them and puts the control into your hands. What you want to do is first open a self-directed IRA with a reputable custodian. There are many you can choose from, but the one we recommend is New Direction Trust Company. All you have to do is navigate over to their website and open an account. It takes less than 5 minutes, and there is a $30 non-refundable application fee to process your submission and get the account open. Once you've done this, you can now start the process of funding your account. Step number 2. Fund your self-directed IRA. All you need to do is initiate a transfer from your current existing IRA to your newly opened self-directed IRA, and depending on your current custodian, you could do this with a simple online ACAT transfer. New Direction Trust Company will provide detailed instructions on how to properly fund your account. The custodian is the company that provides the self-directed IRA services. You can also fund your self-directed IRA with cash, although you will be subject to certain contribution limits depending on your age. Now, one of the biggest benefits to you is that your contributions to a self-directed IRA is typically made with pre-tax or tax-deferred dollars, and any contributions you make can be deducted from your taxable income, which reduces your tax liability for that year. There are absolutely no fees that are associated with transferring funds from your existing IRA or rollover funds from a 401k or other retirement accounts into a self-directed IRA. When you entrust this process to Republic Gold and Trust, this is done smoothly, completely free, without any tax penalties. Step number 3, purchase your alternative assets. The last step is to purchase your precious metals with the funds in your self directed IRA. As time goes on and the currency continues to devalue, your investments into gold and silver will act as a safe haven asset and an inflation hedge while you live out your retirement years. A simple way to make a purchase is to schedule a call with us and make a selection from our catalog of IRA eligible precious metals products. Not every bar or coin product that is being marketed out there to you is IRA eligible, so you'll want to check with us before making a purchase. With over 50 plus years of combined experience in transacting precious metals, we can make you the best recommendation possible as to what's best for your retirement goals. Here at Republic Gold and Trust, we are completely transparent with our pricing, and you will be able to closely observe the spot price of various precious metals and how that feeds into the premiums on a variety of bullion products. You'll never be offered an exclusive or rare coin product that is being sold at insanely high markups, and you'll never be quoted a price that you cannot see for yourself. Once you have made your selection, we will process your order and ship your precious metals to a location or a depository of your choice. By storing your metals in a secure facility that is managed 24/7 by a custodian, you not only get the tax benefits of an IRS approved storage facility, but your holdings are completely insured, protected, and conveniently stored. Professional depositories are equipped with state-of-the-art surveillance, armed guards, and advanced security systems to ensure that your physical assets are protected. They are constructed with the specific purpose in mind to protect and preserve your physical assets from dangers like theft, fires, and other risks. You do not have to transport the gold yourself, nor do you have to spend a significant amount of time with us should you decide to liquidate your metals. Just give us the word and we'll buy back your metals whenever you want. One of the things we truly pride ourselves in is transparency. Many companies say this and don't actually practice it. We have our pricing displayed clearly on our site so that when you do pick up the phone and call us, you can monitor the pricing in real time. And the best thing we offer here at Republic Gold and Trust is the price lock. We understand that the spot price of gold, silver, and other precious metals are constantly changing, even updated literally within minutes. What you can take advantage of is our price lock offer. This means you get to lock in the price of your metals while you open a self-directed IRA and get it funded. This process can take anywhere from 3 to 10 days, just depending on your existing custodian and how quickly they can process your transfer. Therefore, we offer a special price lock offer on all new accounts that decide to purchase precious metals from us. The best news of all is you have everything to gain and nothing to lose. If the price of gold and silver goes up, you save money. If it goes down, you make money. Allow me to explain exactly how this works. Let's suppose the price of a 1-ounce American Gold Eagle is set at $2,450 and you decide to lock in at that price. Should the spot price of gold go up, which would result in an increase in price to say $2,400, $2,480 for example, you get to keep the price you were originally quoted at, since it does take time for funds to settle in your new account. Meaning despite the increase in the price of gold, you have price locked your order with us at that lower amount should you decide to purchase from us with funds from your IRA. If the price of gold should go down and result in a decrease of that quoted 1-ounce American Gold Eagle to $2,420 from $2,450, and you had price locked your order, you would not be locked in to that higher price. You could take the lower price, resulting in savings. If you've missed out on good deals in the past due to the spot price of gold shifting before you had a chance to secure your purchase, it's not your fault. That is exactly why we are offering this price lock to anyone who decides to open a new account with Republic Gold and Trust and make a purchase. It's to protect you from missing out on the best price you could have had for your metals. For 5,000 plus years of recorded human history, gold has proven to be a long-term physical store of intrinsic value. It is highly liquid, acts as a great hedge against inflation, and is a necessary safe haven asset during times of geopolitical uncertainty and economic ups and downs. It's the real thing. Paper assets, like your stocks and bonds, are nothing but a representation of the real thing. By itself, it is worthless and is subject to manipulation and market forces. It's time to secure your retirement by holding on to what's real, a physical, tangible asset that will always retain its value. Civilizations and empires will come and go, but gold will remain. Only sheer human arrogance and pride has led many of us to believe that we need something new. Nothing else has ever replaced it, and I don't think anything ever will. But you must act now. Why? Because the availability of gold is only going to shrink into the future, for 80% of the world's gold supply has already been mined, and remaining gold reserves may be exhausted by 2042. At the rate central banks in countries like China, India, and Russia are purchasing gold, the demand alone would exceed economically mineable gold reserves in less than 20 years. It is estimated that only 54,000 metric tons remain, and less than 6% is located within the United States. The remaining 94% is controlled by other countries and foreign powers. As gold becomes more and more scarce, it could potentially send prices skyrocketing and make it far more difficult for the purchase of gold in the future. This is why you should act immediately. I wouldn't wait and put this off. As movement away from the dollar continues to happen around the world, gold will continue to increase in value, and the dollar will continue to become more and more worthless. Remember that the US dollar is backed by nothing but full faith and trust, and what you need to know is observe what the nations around the world are doing. They are not stockpiling dollars, therefore they do not trust the dollar. They are buying up as much of the gold reserves as they can. Don't look at what they say, look at what they do. If foreign powers like China and India are doing this, what does that say about what they believe? Don't leave your retirement savings up to chance, and don't leave it in the hands of banks and brokers who can manipulate the value of your account on any given day. Don't become another victim of government theft by inflation. Protect yourself today. Diversify your retirement savings portfolio with precious metals. Summary and next steps. All you have to do is open a self-directed IRA, fund it, and diversify your existing retirement account with precious metals to start safeguarding your retirement. By working closely with us, you can take advantage of that price lock offer and get the best prices of anyone offering IRA-eligible precious metals in the market. You will also get first-class customer support, a buyback guarantee, and trusted guidance from our team of experts, anything from setting up your IRA to making the right purchase. There is absolutely no hard selling, no hidden pricing, and no minimums when it comes to working with us. You will be able to safeguard your retirement, own some real physical tangible assets that are a long-term store of value, and carry absolutely no counterparty risk. This makes you immune to changes in monetary policy, financial crises, or recessions that occur. You will have a diversified portfolio that will stabilize in the event of economic uncertainty brought on by geopolitical instability, inflation, and financial stresses, complete with insurance on your hard-earned life savings in the event of currency collapse. You will own a scarce asset. That's why gold and silver are called precious metals. The supply on Earth is limited, and unlike paper assets, they cannot be counterfeited or manufactured out of thin air like fake fiat currency. If you'd like to take advantage of this offer, book in a call in the link below, or you could use this link here. And once again, this is for you if you're nearing retirement and want to protect your hard-earned life savings from recessions, government theft, and taxation, or you're a retiree worried about returning to work in your golden years due to rising costs, economic volatility, and longevity, or you have completely lost all faith, trust, and confidence in the current financial system. I know I have, and so many millions of people have as well. I'd love to get to know you. Go ahead and schedule a call right away, and I look forward to meeting with you soon. Take care.